If China cannot solve the Taiwan issue peacefully, then the war between China and Taiwan must have a time limit and cannot be dragged on indefinitely. Taiwan is not comparable to Ukraine. Taiwan is Chinese territory and is recognized globally. Mainland China advocates peaceful reunification, but reserves the option to use force. What is the premise of using force to solve the Taiwan issue? Taiwan is an isolated island, and it is much more difficult for the PLA to fight across the strait than across borders. However, being surrounded by water also makes it very difficult for the United States and its allies to assist Taiwan's military. The situation where Western weapons are continuously imported into Ukraine for immediate supplementation will not be reproduced in Taiwan. If China chooses to use force to resolve the Taiwan issue, the biggest risk is US military intervention. The US has so far been vague about whether it would use military force to defend Taiwan, but the likelihood of US participation in a war would decline as China's power grows. If the United States does not intervene in the Taiwan issue, China may encircle Taiwan. China's military preparations must be very sufficient to ensure that the previous rounds of bombing are super intensive, resolutely decapitate the main leaders of Taiwan, completely destroy the military command system on the island of Taiwan, destroy most of the military targets and positions of the Taiwan military, and at the same time paralyze all the main lines of communication, power supply and internet infrastructure, and make the entire island of Taiwan become blind and deaf in one fell swoop. China must also prepare for failure and strive for a quick solution. But if this war is delayed or even expanded to a war between China and the United States, China will face economic sanctions from all over the West. Moreover, ordinary Chinese support for the liberation of Taiwan by force is only superficial. Military struggle does not necessarily have to be completed at once, and extreme pressure is also an important means of military struggle. A China whose overall strength is much weaker than that of the United States cannot successfully resolve the Taiwan issue. Even if China conquers Taiwan Island, China will be at a disadvantage in the strategic collision between China and the United States. Therefore, China needs to use strong economic power to hold Europe back and prevent the United States and Europe from forming a united front, like jointly sanctioning Russia. What do you think of the above points of view? Welcome to leave a message in the comment area below.